The next phase of construction for the Ontario line will soon begin here at King and Bathurst, with drill rigs set to move in by late March. But locals we're speaking to want to know how this additional construction will impact residents and businesses.
How are they going to ensure that it stays on time, and just how are they going to ensure that the project doesn't extend forever into the future?
To address some of these concerns, Metrolinx presented a timeline and answered questions at a virtual information session tonight. The timeline notes heritage preservation has been completed, with demolition work almost done. Next up is piling around the perimeter of the future stations. This foundational technique is used to construct underground structural support systems, but it can be loud.
The community members can expect the noise from the drill equipment for the excavation.
Metrolinx says this work will run from March to June, weekdays 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and some weekends if needed. To mitigate the sound, noise and vibration monitors will be placed on site. As for getting around during this phase,
we expect to have some lane deviations, some lane closures, but they're usually temporary in nature. But by and large, our intent is to keep traffic and the surface transit network and pedestrians and cyclists moving through while we're doing construction.
Ksenia, who lives at King and Bathurst, has another concern, one that was brought up in tonight's meeting.
What concerns me is the development above the subway lines and what their plans are. Whether there's going to be any affordable housing, is it just going to be more condos?
Although I don't have information on Infrastructure Ontario's plans, what I can say is that the design of the station is being built in such a way to support future development.
Infrastructure Ontario is set to develop what it calls a transit-oriented community, or higher-density mixed-use communities that are connected to transit stations.
Any development wouldn't be done during our construction of the transit stations.
The King Bathurst stop will be along part of the underground portion of the 15.6-kilometre Ontario line that will run from Exhibition Place through downtown to the Ontario Science Centre. 2 station entrances are being built within part of the historic buildings on the northeast and southeast corners of the intersection, with construction expected to be complete here by late 2029 and the full Ontario line set to open in 2031. Metrolinx says the design of the station platform will avoid significant construction impacts to the historic Wheat Sheaf Tavern. It was built in 1849 and is considered Toronto's oldest bar. At King and Bathurst, Mackey, City News.